Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, everybody. It's Rod with Pow Group, your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, news and interviews. Today is Saturday, July 5th. Hope you're having a great weekend. And in this video, we're going to do another rapid fire news update, this time for the period June 28th to July 4th. And again, it's not a deep dive detail. It's just a high level overview in case you missed it. Before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. If you're new, you can subscribe. Take the bell, you've been notified on any future videos or when I go live. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. Jumping right into the news, just in, the SEC approves conversion of Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund into an ETF holding, and it's going to be the following cryptocurrencies. I believe I mentioned this last week, but there's since been a little bit of a hiccup, so I think they're just waiting for the right time right now, and it's looking like we could see alt season really begin this month. But I still think that we're going to see that final blow off top on Bitcoin. I think somewhere around that 140K makes a lot of sense. That's also the weekly bull flag target on Bitcoin. We just had a weekly bull flag on the S&P 500. That one's targeting around 656, and we closed at 625 last week. And then Bitcoin, if it follows in the footsteps of the S&P 500, then we could see around 146K on Bitcoin. And then after that, I think Bitcoin dominance is going to fall off a cliff. Then you're going to see a flurry of these individual ETFs, spot ETFs approved in the US as well. More than likely going to be a Solana, an XRP, a Litecoin, Doge. There's even one for Tron, I believe. So there's probably going to be a slew of them, right? So that's what's going to kick it off, in my opinion. But ultimately, this is where we're heading. We're going to see these ETFs, altcoins ETF approved, in my opinion, very, very soon in the US. Also from Crypto Briefing, new NASDAQ listed Weebus secures $100 million funding agreement with Ripple Strategy Holdings to advance its XRP reserve strategy, sending the stock up 130% intraday. And we know that Vivo Power, very bullish on XRP, adding it as a reserve asset to their treasury as well. So things are heating up in a big way, folks. Once one goes, they all go, right? And this is a trend that has been really accelerating as of late. While we're on the topic of crypto, I want to share with you a new project that I'm super stoked about and the sponsor of today's video. They are behind a new Web3 play-to-earn game called Gold Inc., and it's actually a real mobile MMO game, not just some tap-to-earn clone. First off, this is not financial advice and everybody should do their own research. This is for entertainment purposes only. Full disclosure, this is a paid partnership and collaboration with Sapphire Studios. I've been playing the game for a few weeks now, and honestly, I can't say enough good things about it. And what's exciting is there's even more games coming soon. In the game, you build a gold mining empire, you can battle thousands of other players, and the real crypto that you mine and earn in the game is redeemable for real gold. Their token, called SST, is in pre-sale now at just a $10 million tiny market cap. And if you use my link in the description, you can earn up to 30% bonus SST for a limited time. You can also get 50% of the value of that in player game packs, which help you get started early in the game. This is one of the most expansive Web3 games ever built, and here's a quick look at it.
Hello, my name's Colin Stone, your very own blockchain braveheart, and I'm here to talk to you today about my coin and game pick of the year. Do you ever wish you could have invested in billion-dollar market cap game coins like Axie Infinity at the start? Well, Gold Inc., a new game launching now, makes those look like they were made by a kid. In fact, that's why I believe Gold Inc.'s coin SST is the first coin in a long time with the potential to go up 900 times, because it's the first Web3 real-time strategy massive multiplayer online game on mobile, and it's by far the most expansive Web3 game ever built. Its pre-sale is also at ridiculously low market cap, around $10 million for the next few days, and they are just about to launch the full game. Imagine someone building a mobile MMO game with a player-driven economy and player-governed political system where you can build a gold mining empire with your friends, and you're fighting against thousands of other alliances 24/7 to mine and steal crypto that is redeemable for real gold. That's Gold Inc. The reason SST is such a crazy buy is because Gold Inc. is not only the largest Web3 mobile game ever built, its team is obsessed with making it the greatest mobile game ever built. They plan to do this by adding the most addictive features from a lot of the most successful games on Earth, the best elements of games like Clash of Clans, Game of War, Pokemon Go, Clash Royale, Star Citizen, DayZ, Ark Survival, and many more in an effort to make a super game to rule them all. The beta is available now in Google Play and App Store, and you can still take part in their coin distribution at a tiny market cap for a few days. My advice? Buy at the coin distribution now while it's at the lowest price and start mining it in the game. Beta users get significantly more SST for a short time, and early alliances have a significant long-term advantage. The launch price on exchanges is set at 5 times the current price, and its use cases are next level. This is as close to buying Bitcoin at $10 as I've seen in a long time. Buy SST and play now.
There you have it. If you'd like to learn more, you can check out the links in the description and in the comment section. Once again, you'll get up to 30% bonus SST and 50% of that value in Gold Ink player game packs just for starting early. There will also be links for the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store where you can download the game today and start playing. So check it out for yourself, and let's get back to today's video. Just in, Swiss-regulated Amina Bank becomes first bank globally to support Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin, offering custody and trading to institutional clients. Things are really starting to heat up in a big way, not just in the US, not just here in Canada, but around the globe. And it's all happening simultaneously because it's game theory playing out. Nobody wants to get left behind. And in my opinion, this is the new financial system rolling out. We're not going to see a new financial system with only 1, 2, or a few countries on board, right? This is the whole world. This is a global effort. And in my opinion, it's not a coincidence that we're seeing crypto legislation around the world and ETFs all going live at the same time. It's 100% coordinated from the top down. Also, BitMEX becomes the first exchange to accept RLUSD as margin on its derivatives trading platform. So this is huge. Again, folks, this is just the beginning. This is the tip of the iceberg. What's about to come is going to leave everybody in awe. Like I heard a quote the other day, and it was like the amount of money and the size of this alt season that we're about to witness is going to be so massive that you'll think that you're making so much money that it's illegal. I just thought that's so true. Like people are going to be, and people are going to sell too soon. Obviously, a lot of people are going to leave money on the table, and you can't time the top, just like you can't time the bottoms. What I would 100% recommend doing, not financial advice, of course, not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, but have an exit strategy, right? It's just as important to know when to sell as it is when to buy. So have your sell targets, take profit along the way, and don't leave any money on the table. And don't beat yourself up if you sell one position, a part of your position too early. Stick to your game plan and then execute said game plan. I will be interviewing Pascal Saint-Jean, CEO of 3IQ Digital Asset Management, this Tuesday coming, July 8th, and it should be live later that evening. So if anybody does have any questions, let me know. We'll be discussing their new XRP spot ETF that launched in Canada a couple weeks ago. You don't want to miss this one, that's for sure. This one's going to be, I already had a conversation with them, and wait till you hear some of the information that I found out. They actually had some work that they did with Ripple pertaining to this ETF, and left me in awe. And this is by far an exciting product and time for the not just for the crypto space, but for XRP specifically, right? Kudos to them for being one of the first to pioneer this here in Canada and really across the globe. Also, the US House designates July 14th to 18th as Crypto Week. So like I said, I think the next couple of weeks are going to be massive. We might even see a huge breakout coming this week for a lot of our altcoins. Also, Brad Garlinghouse is set to appear at the Market Structure Banking GOP hearing next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So again, this just goes to show you the amount of connections that Ripple has, right? And this doesn't just happen with every, flavor of the week project, right? This is a company that has been around. It was second, it was created after XRP, but it's a company that really supports XRP, and its whole real, kind of business plan is built around XRP. But XRP was created second to Bitcoin, and then after XRP, Ripple was created, and then Ethereum was created, right? And if you think of Ethereum and where it is in the chronological order, the Ethereum that we know today wasn't even the first. It was Ethereum Classic that was first, and then they built Ethereum. So really, in my opinion, we're starting to, the market's really starting to wake up to this, right? That Ripple's a good steward of XRP escrow. It's a good steward. It's, like I said, it's the equivalent to the ExxonMobil and oil, right? just because you own a lot of something doesn't mean that you control it. XRP is decentralized. Ripple is a centralized company, and you're seeing the connections that they're making all over the world and with the biggest economy and capital markets of the world. And we're more than likely going to see crypto legislation come to fruition here in the next couple of weeks. Might even be next week, and that could be really what sparks the move on Bitcoin as well. And we got some more information on that in just a moment. Also, Mercado Bitcoin plans to tokenize more than $200 million in real-world assets on the XRP ledger. So again, this isn't something Bitcoin can do. Bitcoin can't even fulfill its original mission, which was a peer-to-peer cash system, right? And a payment system. Instead, they pivoted and said, oh, we failed at that, so now we're going to use it as digital gold, a store of value. Well, guess what? XRP burns a small amount of XRP with every transaction on the ledger. So therefore, it's probably a better store of value because the supply is decreased. It's basically deflationary, right? It's decreasing, and a small amount is burned every transaction. If you look at the max supply of XRP, the total supply is 100 billion, but the max supply is like 99.98 billion. Why? Because it continues to drop because a small amount of XRP is burned. Same thing with RLUSD. The stablecoin launched on the XRP ledger. Every transaction for RLUSD burns a small amount of XRP. So, in my opinion, the XRP, the first DEX, right, the first chain that was able to tokenize anything of value, and this is just going to be a trend. Just imagine, we were discussing this in the Pow Group private community today. Actually, I think it was yesterday. Someone in the Pow Group private community said, I don't know how XRP could ever get to $10,000 per coin or a couple $1,000s per coin. Well, do the math. If you take a look at stocks, bonds, real estate, and the derivatives market, add them all up, just go ask Grok, and now it's called Super Grok for those that are on the premium plus tier, which I am, and you can see here is Super Grok now. If you ask Grok, what's the estimated value roughly of stocks, bonds, derivatives, and real estate? It's over $2 quadrillion. So, $100 trillion market cap for XRP, not crazy. And that's not even just factoring in, like, there's so many other use cases as well, right? So it's very possible to get to $1,000 XRP. I'm not saying we're going to get there like tomorrow or this cycle. It could be a couple cycles out from now. I think somewhere, to $14 to $20 is realistic this cycle. Could it go to 30 or 40? Maybe. Anything's possible, and if anything can do it, it's XRP. But I think, $100 is probably going to be a cycle out, and then, $1,000, you're probably looking at somewhere around 2030, 2035. But this is an exciting time to be an XRP investor for sure. So French Hill says in 2 weeks, we'll bring the Clarity Act, which is the market structure bill for crypto, and the Genius Act, which is the stablecoin bill, to the House floor, which gives rules of the road for digital assets and dollar-backed payment stablecoins. Things are heating up in a big way, folks. I thought this was going to be maybe they do the Genius Act. We know the Senate approved it, going to the House. Then no chance it gets denied or anything at the president. But they want to apparently speed it up so that the Market Structure and Clarity Act is also introduced at the same time. So this is huge. We could even see it happen over the next few weeks, long before August recess, which is the end of August. And then, like I said, it's going to be all guesses. All bets are off at that point, right? No one can even fathom how high this market is going to go. But like I said, I think on Bitcoin, somewhere around that 140, 150K makes a lot of sense. Then we should see Bitcoin dominance drop off a cliff, and then alts just go on an absolute tear after that. Also, Robinhood plans to launch military-grade chain optimized for real-world assets, RWAs, says CEO Vlad. So again, this is something we've been seeing a lot more of. RWA is going to be huge, and in my opinion, is going to be another just killer use case for this technology. But eventually, like they're already doing, you're going to see them tokenize stocks. You're going to see everything of value tokenized, stocks, bonds. There will be no opening and closing bell anymore. You'll be able to trade stocks just like crypto 24/7, 365. You'll be able to buy fractions of it. So 0.001 shares of Tesla, etc., or Robinhood. And look at this. Robinhood pays $5 in transaction fees to deploy 213 tokenized stock contracts on Arbitrum. So it's already happening, folks. In my opinion, why would you use that? Why not use something like the XRP Ledger with a fraction of a penny of fees and way faster as well, and settles within a couple of seconds. Also, probably the biggest news of the week, and maybe ever, Ripple applies for a national banking license in the US, and they also applied for a Fed master account. Folks, what's happening soon, maybe even in the couple weeks here in July, we have ISO 2022. Things are not just happening like this for coincidence sake, right? It's 100% planned. Remember all the people for the last, well, pretty much forever, that it said Ripple will never become a bank. Well, it's very well on its way to doing so here in the not too distant future. This is history in the making, folks, and this is the highest level of credibility that you could ever get as a crypto company. Ripple is by far the most, credible and transparent and capable. It's the Amazon of the crypto industry, folks. Mark my words. When it's all said and done, Ripple will be worth more than Amazon and like Tesla. It'll be worth more than Microsoft, Apple, all of them. It'll be worth more than all of them, in my opinion. And then XRP, the digital asset, will be the most valuable cryptocurrency when it's all said and done. Mark my words. Also, XRP's time is now, says pundit. Don't snooze on the biggest transfer of wealth. And like I said, I think this week could be the week for XRP. We're looking at a bullish triple thunder crossover, which is when this is a POW algo alert, and it's a custom proprietary in-house algorithm. So when the MACD and the stochastic cross bullish on the weekly time frame and we see a close above the 10-week moving average, that's called a bullish triple thunder crossover. It's a bearish on the flip side when it closes below and we see a bear cross of the MACD and stochastic. But look what happened the last time we had a bullish triple thunder crossover. Price closed above the 10-week moving average. We had a stochastic and a MACD bull cross. Price went from around 50 cents all the way up to $3.40. What's going to happen this time? You're going to see the next major wave, and in my opinion, you're going to see somewhere around that $4 to $8 in a hurry. So this could be the week for XRP. I'm excited. Let me know if you're excited, and smash the like if you're excited, and let me know what you think of this news. We'll continue the conversation there. Don't forget to check out Gold Inc. Links in the description and comment section below as well. Very impressed with this game. Super fun. Project is very promising as well, and I think there's a ton of upside potential with this project. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's Rod with POW Group. Thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll catch you on the next one.